They looked good the other day,
I look, as best they've looked in a long time.
finally.
So, hopefully they'll go in and take care of business.
Wish it was earlier in the day, though.
Yeah,
I have to go to bed by 9:30 to get up at 1:30 in the morning.
spend the night down, come back Monday.
That'd be the way to do it.
Rex. You gotta give me a few minutes today, to do the last month, so I'll do it. So just read the next meeting. Okay. But she gave me September 21st, and I started after this, and I thought, everything's time to sit familiar.
I didn't know if there was an issue.
Oh, no, 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 he says it's just interesting, and, you know, if you don't have anything to do, you ought to be down and sit in and watch it.
That gentleman's been sitting outside just waiting for the doors to open.
Yeah,
I have to turn the car off.
I was excited. My key fob worked at 6 o'clock. I was like, yes.
Getting ready for the game tomorrow night.
Yeah, that should be a good one, I hope we win it.
I
Who
hope
are
they
we
bring more
playing,
people
Bellefontaine?
than what
Bell Fountain.
Rich,
I
did
think
you
we could
see
do
that
it.
it was shared that it's gonna be on Spectrum?
No, it is?
Oh, it is?
So you set your, if you have Spectrum, set your DVR and record it.
Huh.
I don't have Spectrum.
Good deal.
Columbus ain't over there, hadn't even talked about London on any of the games so
He's
far.
sneaking in behind me.
It's like we don't exist.
I seen where it said, someone shared that it was gonna be on Spectrum
Oh,
tomorrow.
good.
Well, that'd be good, that's,
We beat them 36-6 last time.
yeah,
Evening, Josh.
and that's good,
You sitting in the middle again tonight?
You doing it again? Again, got a family emergency down in Cincinnati.
Aw, I hope everything's okay.
What's that?
I was gonna tell you, you might wanna move your sign in, my friend.
Hi. How you doing? Good, how are you? What to do? The vacated alley.
Oh, the sign-in sheets are down there.
I gotta sit beside you again tonight.
That's, yep, you do.
Hope Bill Fountain brings more people than Beechcroft did.
No,
I think I counted 20, I think 25 is all we had,
She didn't have to sign in for the public hearing though, right?
not counting the band.
true.
Yes, for public, yep. During the public hearing, yep.
Or you can sign up and speak twice.
I speak all day, I'm good. This, yeah.
If you win that, and tomorrow we'll probably play Granville again.
If we win this one tomorrow night, then we'll go
Well, they're changing, they're
Granville or, we try, who is it?
Watterson or Granville.
which I'm working on.
Watterson's gotta play somebody tough.
They gotta play Jackson, the winner of the Jackson, somebody, I got all of it.
So, Mr. Eads, how you been, bud?
Watterson plays Minor Trace tomorrow night. Then they play the winner of Jackson, Bloom Carroll.
Yeah, that'd be a good ball game. Luke
And we
Carroll
play-
and Jackson playing pretty good ball down
And
there.
if we win, we play the winner of
No, I got
Granville,
plenty. I'm just,
That's your job.
Tri-Valley.
Okay.
Granville, that might be good, that
You wanna
Granville,
do the street part
Tri-Valley.
and I'll do rec?
Tri-Valley got,
um,
they've lost one or
bring my stuff.
two.
They're rated 6, so
Well, I mean, I've got
Granville's
the
3.
notes here from the street.
You give me one, I'll do the other.
You see where Urbana plays Shawnee
Yeah,
in 4, Shawnee will probably win that.
they should win it.
Shawnee's good.
I'd like to see,
We're the only loss.
yeah,
Oh, exit our meeting.
They're
Okay.
10-1.
Is that right?
And Urbana was good. I don't think they're gonna beat Shawnee.
Exit,
I have to play
probably.
extra time.
Roll call to exit it.
It's at
And then roll
Shawnee.
call to enter back in.
Yeah, that's big order. But that's why you play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I taught here at the cafeteria,
Would we go to the final and play Watterson last year? Was that
Yeah.
it? If we'd have won, we'd have been in one of the 4 finals.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad game.
No.
I personally, I think
You'll
we're
fall
going all,
asleep.
it's just, I think we're going all the way. I
They
really
looked
do.
good. They got some, well, I saw the sheet where Bart scored all of them, and it's amazing how many different
Closer to the
ones.
end.
You don't rely on 1 or 2.
The end.
I thought you said 10, I'm like, that is.
I think that if they play their brand of ball, no mistakes,
That was wild last week, though. They got ahead 8-7.
oh, yeah.
I said that could be the only touchdown they get the whole game.
For what? Don't blame Rich.
Yeah, but
Quickly. Quickly. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. There's there he is.
How we doing?
Record holder right there for London.
Got home, walked the dogs real quick, and here I am.
So did you get my letter?
Yes, yes, I did.
I think we'll have 3 more meetings this year.
Last
I know,
meeting without the
fast.
public hearings. I got one more.
You're not coming in December?
Yeah, you actually got 3 more.
December 21st.
I'm gonna climb over there and whip you. man.
You'll be back for that one.
Yeah, I'll come for that one. Just say my thank you.
That's right, you have one more.
My
If
congratulations
after
to
next week, you're
everybody.
not be on till December 31 or 25.
Yeah,
It's on the website.
I
Yeah.
just,
All those documents,
Hope
unless
that
Rex
everything will be
didn't put them up,
good.
but I'm
I
pretty
might be
Rest
at
of the way
the
through.
next
because it's been up for a while.
Which one of those, the one that's
Double check
against
that.
each other, who's gonna win?
schedule. If not, we might
Who's
have
that?
to
Yeah, any of our
Won the
legislation
races
that's
against
coming,
each other.
always is on the website. So if
Oh,
it's
no.
under city council,
Start talking about, they'll know what I'm talking about.
I think trainers.
Yeah, they'll have
win.
copies.
Cause there, I haven't even seen any signs. or
Chris, do
anything.
you want us
No,
to
you
switch
wanna-
seats or
I haven't seen any out for her.
I don't want to throw you off?
I haven't seen.
Remember,
any
it's
out for her.
BRYAN. It's Brian Robinson.
I spell your name,
R-I-N.
I spell your name correctly.
Side.
I learned to pronounce it. correct-
I mean, it's only 4 years. I mean, it's not that long being in this.
What's his name?
Oh, you're not gonna hear it.
No.
Yeah.
He's got 'em scattered out throughout town.
Straight. Well, I saw you back here. I kind of.
I was getting,
Did I get an email today
He'll
from
get a
you?
few
Did I get an
votes.
email from you today?
Hopefully you don't.
You won't beat that, I don't think. If he
One of
does,
the
Last night seemed like it went
places
all
we
right.
have it a lot. It's 8 or 9 in 1 yard.
yeah,
Landon
Not
was
many.
back
Crazy
on track
week.
quick.
I think.
You guys
yeah.
have
If he
our
would
money.
win,
I have movers coming tomorrow. I closed on my house. Movers are coming tomorrow.
I think I just-
Everything's packed.
I'm out of here.
Notes for the finance
Cause it'd be
committee.
nothing but turmoil.
I mean, everything's
You
packed.
couldn't
I'm
get
like,
anything
oh, I
done.
can't find anything.
You'd have to be
So it's,
all the time.
Need to get.
but I
find a
found them.
woman who
I dug
has
through
to
and found
get
them.
them on the side right away. I think to be okay.
Yeah, take it one day at a time, see
Are they
what.
letting you guys in
Yeah.
again this week? To record the game?
To record the game.
To put it on the radio?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if they were
Motion for
restricting yet or
reading,
not
title and
for
number.
high school. 'Cause I know they got some weird rules.
Well, we have to pay for it. I mean, I'm not doing it, but radio station.
You say Henry had a family emergency?
Pay for it.
Do they
Yep.
really?
Oh, boy, I hope everything's all right.
And then I seen where,
yeah, it was the two, because both of his kids go home.
Yeah, they do.
For, I think,
Henry yet
15
here?
bucks or something like that.
No, he's not here tonight.
but if you have,
missed two
if you
of
have
them?
Spectrum,
Yeah,
it's on.
he's got a family
really?
emergency in Cincinnati.
Oh,
Both his kids go to school down there, so
That's where
Is
Peyton's down
he
there
here?
too.
I should be.
Well,
haven't talked
plan is to
Haven't
go,
heard any different.
but we have a golf outing tomorrow,
They didn't send me anything.
first day of hunting.
If not,
Yeah,
I'll
it's gonna be
scoot
great.
over.
He must generally send me something if he's
I'm
not
hoping
gonna
I
be
can show
here.
up in time, so,
And you're not three sheets to the
yeah, make it.
you're capable.
I have to figure out myself, like, should I go and talk in front of people or not?
I don't say anything. So, I don't say anything.
What I'll try to do is probably just.
Andy
all
can
right,
be here, isn't
He
he?
wants to.
far as
go
I
ahead and
know.
buy this,
Yeah, he usually sends me something if he's not. I don't have
We
anything.
have 5.
'cause you can
Who was it? We
Yeah.
had 5 last time. Greg was it?
air
Yeah.
play them,
Yeah,
so you can get them on your phone, just flip it up onto your TV.
yeah.
So,
This is a record time, I think, 37 minutes or something like that.
I haven't had
Something like
Spectrum
that.
forever. After the
Tonight's
last time,
last.
they
Pat,
raised me as an,
I didn't,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
and then I switched.
want to wish you a belated happy birthday. I didn't see it till today. I saw Jonathan's name.
Hey,
It didn't
Josh.
come up in mine.
We're live.
45.
Haven't gotten to the point. I
That's,
thought,
you
Yep.
better believe
am I
it.
gonna go, am I gonna cut the cords?
yeah.
And I just haven't done it yet.
Felt the same.
I'm
Oh,
getting
your
ready to go
birthday, my
back
back hurts.
almost, cause.
The only thing that's changed is a little gray.
Cause they had all the stations that I like to watch.
It always comes,
And
it always
when I
comes
first,
first.
Like 29 or 39.99.
And when these pop up, they don't do like normally, it's like that.
Per month, I'm sorry. But it has like every station that I want, Big Ten Network, ESPN's, the movie stations that I like.
Oh,
Grecian,
so you color is what you're saying.
Well, now it's $79.99 a month, and I'm getting to the point where,
Grecian formula.
Pay for internet too.
yeah. I mean, I'm almost back to the $200, $205
Rich.
it is a month.
Tonight's the last night we come in
I think I might
daylight.
even go to that.
Yeah, it is.
Monday, Sunday is 5:30 be dark.
I'm hearing some good things.
Yeah, it'll be dark. I hate that.
I do too.
They were supposed to keep it
Dates and how is it?
They're
daylight
talking about,
savings time.
well, we're on the states that voted
So
for it,
Michael
but the
Combs,
Senate didn't do anything.
a couple guys on our street
And
have
they can't get them to do anything.
$20 cheaper.
They can't even take
They're
care
getting
of
like
the
a
country.
gig. I
Hmm.
don't know what that.
But I do like the new
You got it?
Speaker of the
Is it better?
House. I think he's a good guy.
Think he's okay?
I think he's,
I hadn't, I
So,
never
so
heard
he's
of
paying
him
like
before.
120.
he's
Mississippi,
Louisiana.
Louisiana, I knew someplace down south.
But he's Christian, and I think he'll do good.
I hope.
Yeah.
I'm glad, I didn't like Jordan, I'm glad we didn't get him.
He's
Too much of a radical.
he can get a little radical at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this new guy, I think he'll be good. I think he'll do
Find
good.
out another week when the budget has to pass.
We're
Yeah.
from 50 to 750.
Yeah. That'd be interesting, say the least.
627 now.
What's that?
It's 627.
Is it now?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that I'm
Show
going.
up, I want to scoot over.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, there's like spots in my house, like even on my couch, it Spectrum won't pick up my phone.
Had to go to the
Yeah.
doctor, I get shots of these or these
Yeah,
companies.
like different
They
motives.
take
Yeah.
shoes off. So I do pull this up to get my shots.
That's the way to do it, yeah. I probably need shots. This one over here has really been giving me fits.
Here and have you here and here you do put it in. It says the worst part's the inside of it for arthritis.
Oh, is it?
Hurts, yeah.
Then I got sciatica going on. I mean, it's like right in my rear end, it's like there's a big knot like this. I mean, it burns and it hurts. So I went to
Yeah.
urgent care the other day.
I mean, what am I out?
Very big thing of pills.
I got slow internet speed now,
to
so.
take. So,
One medicine for arthritis. Because
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call this week. And
okay.
I'm okay, but you just want,
were they out pretty quick too?
and you get this fancy really long. It took nothing. Every bone in my body ached. I couldn't
Yeah.
bend this knee, I can't even put myself
Like within a week or so.
to the toilet, needed help getting up. My hips hurt. And they got me in the southern hand. Okay.
Why don't you quit working, man?
I felt sick.
Ain't bad.
Are you?
I
golden years.
Yeah. So I said, I take my kid straight to the doctor, make sure checks and everything. But no matter what, you get older, it starts, at least I'm talking.
It's crazy, I
So
know.
for some reason, the doctor, you need to coach her. You never know, it could show up and realize that you're not wrong if you take care of it ahead of time.
If you, like cancer, if you get in there ahead of time,
Thank
it can usually take care of it and get it taken care of. But you have to get in there early enough to get it taken care of.
Like your prostate, find out what
Yeah.
they take care of things.
That's like my cancer. If it wasn't for, if it hadn't been for COVID, I would never known I had it. Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. If everybody could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Clerk, roll call.
Councilman Eads,
Here.
Councilman Robinson,
Here.
Councilman Peters,
Yes, we're here.
President Comer, Councilman, that's interfering, Councilman Hayes,
Present.
Councilman Hitt, Councilman Stahl.
Present.
Did everybody get a chance to take a look at the minutes? Any corrections or concerns?
I don't have any.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, we are going to exit the regular meeting, go into public hearing, so if we get roll call to exit the meeting.
Make a motion to exit the regular meeting of City Council.
Second.
And then enter into public hearing.
Make a motion to exit council meeting, enter into public hearing. There we go.
Second.
Councilman Eads,
Yes.
Councilman Robinson,
Yes.
Councilman Peters,
Yes.
Councilman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Eads.
Yes.
Councilman Stahl.
Yes.
Yeah, no, exactly. My brain's everywhere.
Okay, here in the public hearing, we have ordinance 212-23, sponsored by Andrew Hitt. This is the alley vacation there on Canterbury Drive. Do we have anybody that wants to speak of that?
There's, my plot is in two parcels. In the second parcel, the alley has been vacated, all 8 feet of it. It's only 8 feet wide, 8.23 if you want to be technical. And then my neighbor behind me, she owns the other 8 feet of it going back, but it's not vacated 53 feet, like at the end of my garage to the road. Like, everything's been vacated but 57 feet of it. And I'm just asking for it to be vacated. And I know it's split down the alley, but, I mean, I don't know. My surveyor said that sometimes because of the way the alley is, because I already own 8 feet of it on my second parcel. So, and it's already 8 feet, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
So you're good.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, because on the second parcel, I own all 8 feet of it. My neighbor owns all 8 feet of it. And there's this small stretch of 8 feet, that's 8 feet by 57 feet that I'm asking to be vacated. That runs alongside my garage. questions?
Sure, as far as you know, is that gonna block anybody in or stop anybody's access?
Because technically, if you take I just surveyed this lot over here in my back corner, so I'm gonna end up buying this pie piece from my neighbors because they're moving. So technically, I'll own both sides anyhow. I'm in the process. It's been surveyed, and we're drawing up the contract. They're the ones that live on Lafayette. There's like a pie piece that goes back into, there used to be the old electric railroad part of it that was supposed to be but never existed and stuff. So, but I mean, there's no road through there. There's nowhere to go. It's landlocked. You can't like drive back in there or I mean, you could, but I mean, there's nowhere to drive to except someone else's yard and my yard. So, any other questions?
None of the neighbors opposed that, did they?
No, they both, Julie, John and Lisa both signed off on it, and so did, Julie Brand. Signed off on it. It's bizarre how 3/4 is vacated and a fourth of it isn't. It's just weird. I think, but what do I know?
All right.
Anything else? Any other
You bet.
questions?
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Now on to ordinance 213-23. This is alley vacation between 211 and 213 Toland Street. Okay. We could, get a motion to enter back into regular meeting. Roll call.
Make a motion to enter back into regular city council meeting.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
All right, communications announcements. We have none this month, or this meeting. Audience concerns, we have one. Tommy Boyd. You state your name and address for the record, please.
All right. Good evening. Candidate for mayor, Thomas Boyd, 48 North Union Street. My first one is just kind of going back into the fire station. Be an Eagle Scout, be prepared. You know, do we have anything in the works yet for kind of how we might be able to help fund that, just in case that levy doesn't pass next Tuesday? Any thoughts or kind of what would be our repercussions if it doesn't pass? You know, anything like that?
My guess is we'll, if it doesn't pass, we'll get together and go from there.
All right. I'm just hoping it's not immediate cuts that are actually needed or stations being put down. So, hey, as long as we agree, we're going to give that a go. That's all I need. Next one would be going over the new home additions from Mount Coghlan there and kind of going into that whole area. First reason is that with even just another 500 homes, our school's ratio of 2 to 5 is kind of what it says for kids to new homes. And so that's another 200 new students coming in on top of the already expected growth that we have. We said that these are going to take a while for the developments to actually go through. Do we know if 5 years is kind of a expectation we could have on those, or what kind of time span are we looking into? I don't know if there's any way to answer that on when these.
I don't think anybody up here is a developer.
I think, yeah, you have to wait till they gotta bring their plans to the,
All right, because the main thing
and
is
it
I
could be a
think
couple
that,
years, it could be next year, it could be 3 years from now. I mean, yeah,
well,
we don't know.
we'd agree that by 5 years down the road, we'd expect this to be done, correct?
Who knows?
Hopefully. And so that's where it's kind of saying, if we're expecting that within 5 years, we're already reaching and above the 10-year highest growth expectation that London has for the next 10 years. And so it's just one of those, something for us to consider while we continue to go through this and the rest of the houses that we've already added on. Hopefully, we can get our sewer survey done in spring and actually kind of see what else is going on with that whole issue. But as far as school goes, I think that we're just going to start seeing them filling up really quick. Next piece, as far as talking about how to fund items, it came up about the prison annexation and working to bring them into London. Whatever else is said out there, I hope you guys continue to look into it. It is something that talking with them increased, operating costs by decreasing their sewer rates possibly for the next several years and allowing them to come into London adds another $1.2 million just in income tax. And so that's a big one that I hope that we can kind of continue to look into, if anything, but it is a very real possibility for us to be able to help fund our departments. After that would be the sidewalks. It was also mentioned that when we have issues, we would make a plan for these sidewalks and get those plans done. So I'd like to ask, within the last 2 years of us asking Mayor Pat, is what sidewalks have been finished or have been completed? Because it's been said that even homeowners are liable for issues with these.
The city ordinance says that the homeowners are responsible for maintaining, fixing, keeping clear the sidewalks abutting their property.
Okay, so there really won't be any plans made for fixing sidewalks as far as the city goes?
Well, I know city council had talked about that. I know Councilman Eads had brought up something about trying to some way fund that, so.
Yep. And that's what we hope to do. But right
Okay.
now, there is no planning for something. We've had multiple individuals come in here complaining about this. And so, that's all I really have. I hope we continue to look into these things. Thank you again for all of your time, everybody else watching online, and have a good night.
Right on to committee reports. John, do you have anything?
No finance is meeting next week on the 7th at 6, and the public safety is meeting the 14th at 5.
The
Yeah,
Personnel and Finance Committee meeting is on Wednesday, the 8th.
Oh, Wednesday, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I don't know, I wrote the wrong date down.
which will be the day after the election.
After the election.
Rich, do you have anything?
Yes, I was going to give the BPU report tonight, but unfortunately, Carol gave me the wrong month of notes. She gave me September's, which we've already done. So if it's all right, I'm just going to give that to next council meeting.
Okay.
And then public safety meeting will be, is it on the 14th on Tuesday at 5 PM in the council chambers?
Okay, I attended the public service meeting last night. I'm gonna go over the street department. Sounds like the new truck was finally supposed to be due in today. Plow truck, single axle. He has hired 2 employees. They helped out with the church dinner last month. They did some Dura patching. Catch basin they repaired. They did some inspections. They helped with the tear down the house there on Mound Street. And they're at the salt barn. It had collapsed, and he said they have that salt tarped and ready to go. And he talked about the Durapatcher, taking it in this winter to get it maintained and update a couple parts on that. That's all I have for the street department. Brian?
I have nothing other than the next public service meeting will be December 6th at 6 PM.
Greg?
I also attended the public service meeting last night. I'll take care of the rec department. There's been discussion in the past that they want to replace the sand filters that were installed now 30 years ago or more. There is some money left over from the the blasting and painting project in the amount of $6,600. They're asking that be reappropriated towards this project. The sand filters, total project's expected to be $24,000, give or take a little bit. They would like to split that between this year's budgets and next year's budget. They have received 2 quotes to add pickleball courts at Callan Park. I'm a fan of that. I think most towns now have pickleball courts. They do have 2 quotes. They're waiting on a 3rd quote from a group out of Plain City to do that. The restrooms and drinking fountains have been closed and winterized. They will open back up in May. I did question, why did we wait till May? Why can't we open them a little later? They don't want freezing, although they may consider opening them a little earlier than that. They did have the photo backdrops at Callan Park. Had a number of people stop by, took their photos there. I thought that was a great new thing to see them do. I'm glad they did that. The youth volleyball program ended. The Pink Panthers won the league. Just want to say that. Everybody hears that music in their head right now, right? From the Pink Panther. And if you have a child that wants to play youth basketball, boy or girl, K through 6th grade, they can still register. The fee is now $95 to register. That is because it's late at this point. 85 per kid if you're registering multiple kids. They are a little bit low down on numbers than what they were last year, but they expect those numbers still to go up some. They're going to practice at the elementary Blue Gym, the middle school, and at Vineyard Church. Games will be held at the Wood and Blue Gyms at the elementary school. And they're going to hold games on Friday evenings and Sundays this year. You can still go online and register your kids for that. So that is the update for that. Thank you.
Okay, on to city official reports. Mayor Prosser?
Yes, good evening. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. I do want to start off by apologizing. I will not be at the next city council meeting on November 16th. The Finance Committee should have received the proposed city budget for 2024 from the auditor. We are proud to announce that the general fund budget does have a decrease of 10%. And the overall budget is about flat. I think it's like just a couple percent over. So it's very good with inflation and everything going on that we were able, with the full budget, stay about flat. And then in the general fund, which is pretty much everything but the Board of Public Utilities, is down 10%. I do want to thank the team because it shows the city is definitely being effective and efficient with the money. They worked very hard on the budget, and we ask that you look it over. And if you have any questions before the finance meeting on Wednesday, please make sure to reach out to us. The more questions we can get answered ahead of time, the better I think that meeting will go. I want to thank the community for a successful Halloween. Bit chilly. No rain, though, but a little bit of snow. So all the kids seem to still have a wonderful time, and it was great to see all the kids out in their costume. And like we talked about before, there were 14 trunk or treats within just the city of London. So it's pretty neat that all these community members and groups are coming together to put these things on. So appreciate those groups. Also, like Councilman Eads said, Parks and Rec had a real cool thing up at Callan Park. There was a lot of people up there taking pictures with that background. So it was just kind of a cool thing. The canned food drive has ended, and the City of London was able to collect 1,300 items. Due to community support, but especially the kids of London Elementary School who collected the bulk of those items. And I want to congratulate Ms. Speakman and Ms. Dunham's class for being the 2 classes who collected the most. And now we're going to go have a pizza party with them for collecting the most and helping out with the food drive. So as you guys know, the Be the Difference Challenge was between London, Plain City, West Jefferson, and Mount Sterling, and definitely a huge success. And every community collected those canned goods, and it's going to go back to their food pantries in their area. So I want to thank the London Fire Department and EMS. They helped me go and collect them all. And then we were able to go to the food pantry as well as the help house, unload them all, and get them all where they need to be. It pains me to say, but congratulations to Plain City because they were the ones who collected the most. They collected an astronomical amount of canned goods, And I don't know if that has to do with the football games as of last, and they just wanted to get a W. But either way, it all goes to a great cause, and especially in these times, and especially with the holidays coming up. So, congratulations to Plain City and Mayor Carney over there. And I just want to thank all the mayors in their communities for just continued partnership in making this challenge a success. It's so great that we can all work together and be able to do great things for the community and the county as a whole. Councilman Eads already said this, but Parks and Rec is still accepting applications for youth basketball. We know that there's going to be some more come in, and we know they're late, but if you can get it in this weekend, that would be fantastic because evaluations start Monday. So it's difficult when they come in after and we're unable to evaluate them. And then, we're going to immediately, Parks and Rec will start putting kids on teams. So you try to split them up, and then all of a sudden a couple kids come in, and now some teams have more than others. And so if you can get it in this weekend, that would be fantastic. Excuse me, I did attend the Junior Achievement Inspire event. It was kind of like a life fair for about 60 employers, and I went there to represent the City of London and just show young adults the opportunity for employment in the city and kind of as a whole what you could do for a career in governments. It was a great event and just kind of helped the high schoolers figure out their next steps after graduation. I do want to remind everyone that Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th, so I hope you get out and have your voices heard. As you know, there are a lot of very important issues. Also, please remember that November 11th is Veterans Day. This day is of utmost significance and importance in our nation's history. It's not just another day on the calendar. It is a day when we come together as a nation to honor and express our gratitude to the brave men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. So I want to thank those men and women, and we really appreciate everything that you've done throughout the years and what's going on now. So thank you to all the veterans and everyone serving. Fun fact number 11, it's a total number of wins for London High School football team. We are now going for number 12 as they take on Bell Fountain tomorrow in the second round of the playoffs. This game will be at home at 7. I don't know if maybe last week it was because everybody thought we were just going to run through those guys, but the stands were a little scarce for a big playoff game for a 10-0 team. So I hope the community can come out and really support these young men and their accomplishments. Also want to thank all the local businesses. The Touchdown Club went out and really kind of did a push to get businesses to paint their windows and put signs up. And as you've seen, we've done it here at City Hall, and a lot of businesses are doing that. And then, we talk about all the success, and I talked about it last week, all the success that all the sports programs have had. But since then, the Pride of London High School Marching Band, they're now going to be competing in state. And they're leaving, and state is actually this Sunday. So they have a thing out that if you want to come and cheer them on as they leave town and head to state, they'll be leaving the high school around 9:50 a.m. on Sunday. And they're heading down Elm Street and then jumping out Lafayette. So if you got time, 9:50, you want to come out, park at EMA or somewhere on Lafayette and honk some horns and just cheer them on as they go to state on Sunday. That is all I have. Thank you.
Rich, you have anything? Nothing? Okay. All right, on to old business for the fourth reading. If you get a motion to read by title and number, please.
So moved.
Second.
Ordinance 212-23, sponsored by Andrew Hitt, an ordinance vacating an alley.
Okay, this is for the alley vacation there on Canterbury. Anybody have anything?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
We already adopted, sorry.
Okay.
She's rolling over to me.
All right, ordinance 212-23 is passed. Okay, ordinance 213-23, could get a motion to read by title number?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
No,
No.
Oh, goodness gracious. See, now you're rubbing off on me.
I think you started.
Ordinance 213-23, sponsored by Andrew Hitt, an ordinance vacating an alley.
There we go. I did. She called my name. I actually said yes.
this is the alley vacation there on Toland Street.
I will ask Safety Service Director Castle, have you received any complaints, any feedback on this one?
I've not received anything on either one of them, no.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Brian.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
I was ready.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
All right, ordinance 213-23 is passed. On to the third reading, ordinance 214-23. Get a motion to read by title number?
So moved.
Second.
Ordinance 214-23, sponsored by Henry Comer, an ordinance amending official zoning map.
This ordinance right here, we'll have a public hearing, November 16th. Then, Pat, you want to talk about that? I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, so this is the, well, you see the numbers of the areas, so it's just a rezoning to the multifamily planned unit development. So this is the apartments that will be on Kenny Boulevard, behind the current apartments and to the side of the current apartments, and then the townhomes on the other side of the apartments. So the apartments will be for rent, townhomes will be for sale.
And this is not including this does not include the part across the street behind Merchants National Bank and that strip mall.
No,
That's
because that was
separate.
already zoned, right? Yeah, that was already.
That's
zoned.
already been done?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Well, one of your questions that came up initially when this was brought up was the parking study.
Traffic study.
Traffic study, pardon me, not parking. Well, it might be a parking lot, but we have received the traffic study. I'm sure you've seen that.
Yeah.
President Pro Tem, which was answering your question, which basically said that based upon their study, there would not need to be a need for a turn lane, which was your initial question. However, I do question this, and since you're both on the Planning Commission, I do want to question this part of it. I understand the Planning Commission may have asked for this study, or we asked for this study that was very specific to that area. However, if we take a bigger look at the picture and we know that there was across the street from that apartment or farther north of that, in that lot, that area that runs between Kenny and 38, that there was a number of homes that years and years ago have been approved, or at least considered for approval. And if there was truly 800 homes that are going in there, at some point, that needs to be considered in the overall viewpoint of a traffic study, not just these apartments that are being built here. And I don't know if that's been considered or when that would be considered.
Yeah, that has never been brought for their final plan, so I don't know I don't think they've ever got a developer for that to even move that forward. They just had their preliminary plan brought forth and got approved. But at that time, there would have to be another traffic study to account for that. I mean, you can't hypothetically, I don't think, account for something that you don't know for sure if it's ever going to come or not. they've been looking for a developer and they've never come forward with anybody.
Yeah, so I believe in traffic studies, they will take into consideration anything that is final plans, right? So if, say, there were 100 houses being built there, they would have taken that into consideration. But like Rex said, there's been no final plans that have ever come for that, and geez, that PUD was done years ago.
So that's the planning commission that would require that. But the builder of the current section that we're talking about tonight, they wouldn't necessarily have to consider that. They wouldn't necessarily know that there's final plans
No,
for
they-
anything else.
They wouldn't take that into consideration because there's no final plans for that. I mean,
Would they even know that there's final plans? Would we share that with them?
yeah, if there was final plans, they would know exactly, but there's no final plans for that. They've never submitted a final plan. It was just rezoned to a PUD.
Yeah, so basically, like, if they were to have final plans now.
Yeah.
Do a traffic study, they would be able to use this set of plans to include in their traffic study.
Well, and
Yes.
they would have taken that into consideration, saying, okay, and there's this section of land that's gonna be developed too, and that's gonna be 100 homes, which would be X amount of cars, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Have we received any other feedback from anyone about this proposed PUD? I know we're not gonna take any action on it until after the public hearing next meeting.
I have not received anything about this PUD.
I haven't. Anything else? This one will move on to the fourth reading next meeting and the public hearing. Yep, correct. New business, we have none. We'll go on to roundtable. John?
Thank everybody for coming. Biggest thing coming up, make sure everybody gets out and votes for the levy and all the issues coming up Tuesday. Thank you.
Rich?
Thank everybody for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Tomorrow night, be at the stadium promptly by 7 o'clock. Fill the stadium. Let your voices be heard at the stadium. Root for our Red Raiders. I want to thank all of our employees of the city for jobs that they do. They do them very well. We've got good employees here, and I commend you for well done. Also, I just step out and vote next Tuesday. It's your given right. A lot of people have shed their blood for that. Go vote. Just ask the Lord's blessing upon our city, upon our blessings, or upon our people, and thank you very much.
All right. I also want to thank everybody coming out tonight. I also want to encourage everyone to get out and vote on Tuesday, and also this Friday, tomorrow night. Hey, everybody get out there and root on those London Red Raiders. Let's go to 12-0 and dread the red. Ryan?
I guess I'll echo the same thing. Everybody needs to get out and vote. There's a lot of important issues that we need to get. The levy, of course, needs to pass so we can continue building our community. Same thing about London Red Raiders. Get out and support your local team. They've done a heck of a job. They deserve our support. These kids have done a phenomenal job, so go Big Red.
Greg?
If you can't go to the game, you can listen to the game on 105.1 FM, Ready FM here in London, Ohio, or you can go to readyfm.com, click on Listen Live, and listen around the world. So they do a great job. Rich does a great job with that, broadcasting those games. They have people from all over the country that do log in and listen to the game. So it's kind of neat for our local radio station to be able to do that. Two other things, sidewalks. Mr. Boyd, there was a discussion here about sidewalks. It didn't get any legs with this current council. I'm hoping that as we move forward, we can find a way to start a sidewalk program to take care of those. I've heard the developers that have walked up here and said they want walkability. We don't have walkability when we have sidewalks in the shape that they're in. And unfortunately, the city is going to have to enforce those ordinances and be the bad guy, and nobody wants to be the bad guy, but if you want the walkability, you want sidewalks to be fixed, that's something the city's going to have to enforce, and council's gonna have to be behind that. The fire levy. For those of you that may be listening and those of you that are in the audience, the fire levy is a little different than what it was in the past. We put a 7-year time limit on this. We hope that in 7 years, that your income tax is no longer needed because the city has grown the way that it's been projected to grow. We're hoping that that additional income eliminates the need for the additional 25%. It does not, we need that now. We have to have that now.
1/4%.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
1/4%.
quarter percent, you're right. What did I say, 25? No,
Yeah.
quarter,
Yeah, that's
0.25%.
definitely
Well, we got some people's attention right there. No, 0.25%, 1/4%.
Sorry.
By passing this levy, we're going to ensure that we keep service on both sides of the tracks. So, Mr. Boyd, you asked earlier, and it was kind of glossed over, not answered, but it did come up at an earlier meeting this year, what we may do. And one of those options was to close the South Station. That is an option. As Mayor Klosser has posted on his social media, it is up to city council to make the decision on whether that gets funded or not. That will be our decision to make. If this levy fails next Tuesday, and I really hope that it won't, because we don't want to make that decision. But if it does, we have a finance meeting Wednesday, and we as a council are going to have to make decisions on whether or not we're going to fund that fire department moving forward, or whether we're going to take some drastic measures to not fund that and limit the service that we currently have. I'm encouraging everyone to vote for the fire levy because I think it's necessary. I just hope it's not necessary beyond 7 years. So please get out and vote. Please vote for the levy. Thank you.
May I interject one thing? Since we've talked about the levy, you can't put a price on life. If you're having a heart attack, you can't put a price on that. You got to have medical attention right away. We got a good group of guys over there, average response times 3-4 minutes. But I hear those 0.25, are you charging us money, your taxes? You know, your life is worth something. I don't care. If I'm having a heart attack and it's 0.25, I'm going to pay it because I want somebody there to get me to the hospital to save my life. That's what it's all about, saving lives. Or it could be your house. Your house could be on fire. If your house is on fire, are you going to worry about 0.25%? No. You want your house saved. You want your family members saved. So this is what it's all really about. So think really good about it before you go into that booth. Make sure you make the right decision. Thank you.
All right. If I don't hear anything else, get a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
7:07.
7:07. Very good.
Second, bang.